Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Katie. So today I'm going to be doing something quite different than what I usually bring to my channel. This is going to be more of a mental health story time where I'm just going to be applying my makeup and telling you not really a story, it's actually events that actually really did happen throughout my childhood all the way up until I was a teenager, and how it kind of affected me. I am going to warn you that some of these things that I say could be triggers to some. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. Okay, so I primed my face using the Professional primer. I haven't used this in a very long time. I got this in a boxy charm a while back, and it kind of just got hidden behind stuff. And I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy in Porcelain, and my typical Juno blending sponge. Okay, so let's get into this real life events. Okay, so I grew up in a small town in Kansas. I lived with my mom, brother, and father. From most people's perspective of our family, I don't know if people ever suspected what was going on behind closed doors or not. Or living in a small town, people always keep their mouth shut and it's to stay out of people's business. That was kind of how things were kind of played out. So, as some of you know, my father, he passed away when I was a teenager. And prior to that, him and my mom would get into some horrible fights when I was a child. A lot of domestic violence that I saw. I don't remember ever having him ever do anything to me per se, but I don't know. I don't believe he did. It was more of a psychological or mental abuse that was done, because seeing what was happening, and it really did bother me quite a bit, more than I thought it would. I don't know. This is super uncomfortable. I haven't ever shared like this part of my life other than with people that I have known for a very long time, because I don't want any pity or anything. I just figured that this might help bring awareness to mental health and domestic violence. So I don't even remember like what all made my dad mad that my mom would say, or what was, I didn't understand. Like, I remember one time sitting at the dinner table and he just get mad because I don't know, it was like something wasn't cooked properly or something along that lines, and he just lost it and just threw the plate across the wall, shattering it all over the wall and food everywhere. It was pretty scary. I didn't ever think anything of it as a kid. I just was like, I don't know, like it didn't, I couldn't wrap around my little brain like what was going on. A lot of the times that he would get mad, it had some correlation with him drinking. He would drink quite a bit of alcohol, and then it would usually lead to him getting mad at my mom, and domestic violence would usually occur. There were times where he would beat my mom and she would have a black eye. She would have to wear sunglasses to conceal it, and there were times when there would be them fighting, and being a kid, you felt kind of stuck in between, like, do I call 911 or do I just not? Like, because what I'm thinking in my head is these are my parents and I don't want to do that. Plus, I knew the reality that if you call the police and there's domestic violence involved, they will take you away and put you somewhere else. They'll put you in foster care or eventually maybe adopt you out. Like, that was pretty terrifying to me. I didn't want to go away from my family. Like, so it continued forever. There was a period of time when I would think I was 8 and my mom was trying to get a divorce from him and then didn't follow through with it. I don't know why she didn't follow through with it. Well, thinking of it now, it's probably because my mom was a stay-at-home mom. She didn't have a degree in anything, so there wasn't really any way that she could, you know, pay a whole lot of bills and stuff. I guess my dad was mainly the sole person making money. But yeah, it was definitely pretty. I mean, there's people that are having way worse traumatic events than what I endured, which doesn't make anybody's traumatic experience any less, you know, valued. But in a small town like where I was at, people didn't say anything. They just didn't. It wasn't a thing. People just kept their mouth shut and carried on with their day. I was definitely a little scared of him at times because I never knew if he was gonna be mad or if he was gonna not be. It was like kind of like walking on eggshells. You just never knew like what was gonna make him mad, which now it's like I now see people like the human behavior is unpredictable. That's how I feel a lot of the time. Like, I have a horrible time trusting people. It takes quite a bit of time to trust people. Let me get some bronzer here. And I just mainly just keep quiet a whole lot of the time. Like, I don't really talk to a whole lot of people. But when I was younger, and when I got to be a teenager, and then like in high school, I did not understand why he was the way he was. Like, I didn't understand what made him mad. I didn't understand, like, did he just not like us? Like, I didn't get it, like, as a kid. Now, being almost in my 30s, I have come to realize that the way he treated us, in a way, had nothing to do with us. It had a lot to do with him. Unfortunately, my dad did have a lot of traumatic events that when he was a child, and some of them I don't even know about, some of them I do. And a lot of it, like, he grew up in California, and he was kind of like a cowboy, and like, you know, he hung out with like people that were in the oil rigs and stuff, so like those type of people are kind of rough anyways. But his father did do domestic violence towards his kids and to his wife, so it's a never-ending cycle. Like, well, my father did this, and so I'm gonna do this, and then it's a continuous cycle. And now, with me knowing the things that I do, and after his death, I'm like, that's probably why he was the way that he was. He didn't know any other way of how to release his anger or how to cope with his mental illness. He didn't have the greatest role models based on what I saw was growing up. So it doesn't mean that I'm sticking up for him in any way, but I do understand that he just didn't know how to cope with life in general. And it makes me really sad that his life was like that. Add some some blush now and try not to cry. Just because I'm laughing or smiling is not because I'm being insensitive, it's because I feel uncomfortable. I don't know. There were good times though. There were times that I could make him laugh, and there was times that he was like a dad. And I believe, like, once you pass on, in a way, I think that their spirit, or however you want, whatever you want, their soul kind of acknowledges that they were wrong, and that yeah, pretty much that they messed up, and that that's not how they wanted to be. The most frustrating thing about everything that ever went on was the fact that you can't make somebody want to change that has issues, mental health issues, or whatever it is. They have to want it. And I never really understood that until I got older. You can lead the horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So it was so frustrating. Like, I wanted him to be like, he'd always get so close to like being the dad and like being good and nice, and then all of a sudden there'd just be something that would just bring it all down. And you just go right back to what he knew best, I guess. Unfortunately, it did affect me. I'm pretty high functioning anxiety and depression. Some people probably don't even know I have it. Some people do. There it is. Oh, I don't even know what else to say about this. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows, and then we'll get to the rest of the face. Alright, so my eyebrows are on. This light is really bright. It's just like, there we go. That might be a touch better. I just been thinking about doing this mental health personal story for a while. It's been up in my head for like months. I just didn't know how to go about it. I don't even know if this video is even gonna see the light of day, to be honest, because I might like look at it and be like, oh my gosh, like my family is gonna be so embarrassed, like people are gonna be like, oh my gosh. But I feel like it's something that should be known and not kept a secret. I definitely did, or tried to keep it a secret. I don't know if people actually knew or not about what all happened, but now you guys know a portion of it. Okay, what palette am I going to use? I think I'm going to use, yes, I'm going to use the Manny Morphe Glam palette. They're just eyeshadows that I'm super drawn to. Let's go into, let's go into Fire Witch, which is that shade right there. And we are going to use a blendy brush. And use the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill GH33 brush, which is a fluffy blending brush. I'm just going to pack that onto our lids, our crease transition area. So, moral of everything that I said, if you are involved or in a situation that there's domestic violence going on, definitely get out. It's not going to get any better. I know it's very hard for people, women and men, to get out of those situations because of financial reasons and stuff, but there are facilities and organizations that do help with that, because nothing is worth dealing with that, and some people ultimately lose their lives because of it. And it does, if you have children, it does affect them, whether you are aware of it or not. It does. It's just kind of so unfortunate that my dad was the way he was, because when he was good, like he was nice and like caring and stuff, he was pretty smart, and he understood like people like that have like mental health issues and stuff. Like he understood like what was going on. It was just unfortunate that he just didn't know how to handle his own issues. And unfortunately, it does run in my family. My siblings both have issues in those areas, and it's very sad to watch. Which is why I didn't ever want to go down that road. And I wanted to prove people wrong that I would even end up in that situation. I'd always tell my mom that if I ever had a guy trying to do the things that my dad did to my mom, I would hit him with a cast iron frying pan. And it's true, I would. I definitely would have. And some people are gonna be like, oh, well, you post on Facebook about your dad and like, you know, how you miss him and like all this stuff. I miss the good times. I miss the things that got missed out on. I miss what could have been. That's what I miss. That's what it is. And it took me a long time to, I guess, forgive him. And sometimes I draw back on that. And then sometimes I'm like, no, like, you need to let it go, like, it's just hurting you more than anything. Recently, I've been trying to work on my self-care and my mental health issues. And one of the things that always comes up is the things of my past, which then affect me now more than ever because I never dealt with them and I never talked to anybody. I never wanted people to know. So now, here's the beginning of the journey of my little personal stories, I guess. We're gonna go in Gameta? I think that's how you say it. It's like this ruby red shade. Yeah. I'm gonna use this Sigma E33 detailed diffused crease brush, and we're gonna pop out in the outer corner here and slightly blend it into towards the crease area up here. There's a whole other bunch of stuff that happened besides just those incidents. That we ended up homeless for a portion of my childhood, that me and my mom ended up in several different women shelters. My issues in middle school and high school. I think it would just be too long of a video to add all those in. I might just add them, or not add them, but talk about them in future videos. But yeah, I've just been trying to work on myself and try to understand why these things happened to me. Why was I in that predicament? And then now I'm like, oh, it's maybe because to learn something from this. As weird as it seems, that's how I'm taking it. Having that experience and knowing what it's like to be in those predicaments helps me understand people that come in with drug addictions and do horrible things to people. Because I've seen people in their darkest moments on a personal level. And the saddest thing, no matter what you say, no matter how much you say things, it just seems like they don't hear you. But I never give up. That's one thing. I try not to give up on my siblings. I always hope one day that they will see it. I'm literally so nervous about uploading this video because I'm sure people are gonna come for me. And it's like you're telling like some of the weakest points about yourself, and for people to like, you know, put you down. It makes me a little nervous. It also makes me nervous that family will not be very happy that I post this. Although it might be entirely different. They might just be, yes, it did need to be told. It needed to be shared. And I think that's the whole reason I went into nursing, is because I want to help people. And what's been really frustrating is that a lot of people don't want to be helped. I'm like, I don't understand. And sometimes you just gotta accept that. That you're trying. It's okay. You can't fix everybody. Okay, I think I'm gonna go into, I think I mixed Spellbound, which is this shade right here, and I think it's Howl. Yeah, Howl. And I'm gonna use this little Sigma E36 blending brush. Very itty bitty. Get right up in that outer crease there, or outer corner there. I think it's like my favorite eyeshadow look to do is that cranberry or warm. Well, not really warm, I guess. Kinda. Just love those ruby burgundy shades. They're my favorite. Okay, let's see here. Let's do some of the bottom lash line. trying to decide how far in detail I should go into everything. He would, I mean, because it could be an endless story of events. But I figured I'd just share a little bit and not a whole bunch, in case, you know, kind of protect me in a way. I do highly recommend, like, if you have had issues like this, where you're suffering from mental health or traumatic events in your childhood or adulthood, that you talk to somebody about it. It could be a counselor, it could be a really good friend. I think that helps quite a bit. Oops. Holding it in doesn't help at all, as you can see. I'm gonna use that Gameta shade on the outer lower lash line. I mean, if this video helps one person, that's great. I like that. Because I think it benefited me a little bit, because I kind of got it off my chest, talking about it, putting it out there in the world. Use that fabric shade. Okay, I'm gonna use the Stila Rose Gold Retro. It's a glitter and glow liquid eyeshadow. It's super duper pretty. I'm gonna apply that on my lid here. Oh, that's super pretty. I love this. I wish I had more of these. I got this in a BoxyCharm. I've never tried them before. OMG, these are so pretty. People are probably like, well, why are you doing your makeup and telling us these deep, dark secrets and stories? Well, makeup to me is like an art form. When I was in high school and middle school, I used to draw and do sketches and stuff, and it really helped with coping. So yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Makeup therapy. Oh, it's so pretty. I love this. Oh, so pretty. there's nothing really on this brush. I'm just kind of blending it out some more. Alright, let's put some eyeliner on. Let's use this Stila Stay All Day waterproof liquid eyeliner. I haven't used it in a while. Let's try to do this. Basically, what I'm trying to do with, if I do these mental health series, is that even if you have like the worst childhood traumatic or adulthood traumatic events, you can still become something. People used to think that would never be anything, and I have proved them wrong. I now am a nurse, and I'm currently working in ICU, and I feel like my traumas have made me stronger. So never give up. I just don't understand why I can't get these wings to look the same. Okay, put that on. Do some lashes, or not lashes. Do some mascara. I'm gonna use this It Lash Blowout little sample that I got. Alright, I'm gonna go off camera and apply lashes and lipstick, and then we'll finish this off. Okay, so I'm back. I got my lashes on. I used the Ardell Denny Wispies. Love these. I used the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Savage Rose lip liner, and then I topped it off with this Clarins Velvet Lip Protector. And then I used in my inner corner some of the Jaclyn Hill Extra Highlighting Palette Powder. Oh my gosh. I really like how this look came along, considering that I was talking very personal issues about my life. This was only a little snippet about my life, just I don't want to put it all out there because it is part of my life and part of my childhood, so it is a touchy subject. So if you guys enjoyed this tutorial and enjoyed the little personal story time, I guess you would say, like and subscribe and leave me some feedback, and if this video does well, then I might do some more mental health type of videos. So with that being said, I will see you guys really soon. Bye.